Bro. Alright, there we go. Alrighty. What's up? Today we hit the weekend. Yesterday was Friday. It was a good day. I won again, as usual. Yeah. So we're gonna do a quick trade recap. I didn't take a live video yesterday because I don't know. I didn't feel like it. Like that's all it was. But next week probably gonna take live videos more often because I gotta post those to TikTok. I'll post a quick screenshot of this win on TikTok. So a more cleaner screenshot than what you're about to see, because what you're about to see is like literally every step in my brain visualized on this. So yeah, this was trade. I took a short, and I took a short right as it reversed to downside. Um, it might be a little. I might be a little messed up in the head because it's been a day. Like, but I'll try my best. So as always, uh, marked out 4 hour highs, 4 hour lows, equilibrium. This time the 4 hour high was also all-time highs because it actually made an all-time high pre-market. Yeah, that's why I should have taken a long right on market open, but I don't do that. I don't like taking trades right at market open. I gotta see some sort of I don't know, just some sort of anything before I can take the trade. So I was actually expecting price to go down on market open before going up. That's why I was actually looking for longs, because I was actually waiting for, what's it called? What is this? Was there a 4 hour previous high? Wait. I don't remember what I marked out here. Oh, okay. So there was a 4 hour fair value gap. That's why I was initially looking for longs. It already tapped into it, but I was kind of hoping for it to, I don't know, come back and tap into it again. And this was a minor tap. Like, usually when it enters a fair value gap, it comes in at least midway. So I was looking for price to come back down. But it didn't. It didn't actually do that. So I guess that was the move right here. Yeah. So anyways, got onto the 1 minute. I kind of entered around somewhere here, like 850, 56, 55 to look. And right here, as I marked everything, all time highs, all time lows, it was actually under the equilibrium. And I was hoping for it to go down before going up, as I explained earlier. Right here on this candle, it actually did go down, and you can see I marked stuff out for a long. It sweeped sell side liquidity, came up, sweep buy side liquidity, and then did break of structure, but it didn't really make a fair value gap, so I didn't take the trade. Cause like if it would have made a fair value gap right here, which it didn't, like it didn't make a fair value gap right here. So I didn't enter a trade, and I don't think it would have hit my TP. I don't think it would have hit my TP if I entered off this. Wait a second. It would have been close. I don't think it would have hit my TP. Um, Oh, it would have. It would have hit my TP. Uh, Give me 1 second. All right. Let's continue. I do something real quick. All right. Anyways, yeah, it would have hit my TP, but it would have been close because it showed a lot of resistance up here. But if I did enter off of this, it would have hit my TP. Um, but yeah, as I was saying, like if it made a fair value gap here, I would have entered a trade for a long and then probably taken the short. Because after a long move up, it usually shorts again. So, to take out all this liquidity, you can see I marked out fair value gaps, but it kind of inversed all of them. So, yeah, we'll get to that. Um, Let me see if it made a fair value gap on a higher time frame. I can't go into 2 minute. That's why I'm stuck on the 3 minute, but I would usually use the 2 minute. I think it made a fair value gap on the 2 minute, and I would have entered if I saw it on the 2 minute. If I saw it on the 2 minute, I would have entered, but I can't check the 2 minute because it did retrace. It did retrace, and it looks like it retraced into a fair value gap. Let me see. One, two. This would have been a bullish candle. 1, 2. Bullish candle. 1, 2. Bullish candle. Wait, 1, 2. This would have been a. Okay, so it would have made like it would have probably made a fair value gap on the 2 minute. That's why I retraced. Okay. Um, but I didn't see that. I was watching 3 minute, and I can't check the 2 minute, or else I'll be checking the 2 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minute. So, anyways, whatever. So it did kind of fit my criteria. The breakout structure would have happened on a 2 minute, and I didn't enter it, but it did sweep liquidity up here. So yeah, I could have entered on any of these, but it wouldn't have hit my TP. So the reason I didn't is because it was already shooting up, and I just didn't want to enter. Yeah. At this point, when it shot up to like right here, I was like, okay, you know what? It's already made a big move. Most it's gonna go is 20 points, and if I enter off here, it's not. Price isn't really gonna go up 30 points and hit my TP. So I was like, you know what? Let's switch, and let's go shorts, because if it went all the way up here, I'm gonna look for a rejection block on the 5 minute and a inverse fair value gap. And once it does any of that, I'd be like, I'm taking a short. So up here, let me zoom into this. These buy side liquidity this one right here. I kind of waited for this to get swept, and I had my what's it called? My setup marked out here, but it didn't. It hit a fair value gap and went up instead of inversing it. And it also didn't really want to go up. Like, I think the momentum of price kind of got exhausted, so then like it showed a lot of resistance to the upside. So I was like, okay, this is good news. This looks like it's gonna go short, and it started right here. Buyers got tired, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just look for a short. And as price moved up, sweep buy side liquidity came down and entered a fair value gap. If it inversed this fair value gap, 100% I would have entered a trade, but it didn't. It entered it multiple times, but never broke under it. So Yeah, I made another big move, and then this is where I went on the 5 minute. After I marked out buy side liquidity, I went on the 5 minute. And where the fuck is price? Right here. Made a rejection block. I was actually watching this, and then it did this, and I was like, okay, if it goes above this rejection block, then this is an invalid rejection block. If it closes above it, which it did not, come back down. So I was like, okay. I think I wanted like 3 minutes to see that. Yeah, 3 minute right here. Rejection block. So I was like, okay. It's not pushing higher than that. Plus my setup is looking good and it's actually fitting all the criteria. I trust it. I trust the reversal. So sweep buy side liquidity, sweep sell side liquidity. Didn't go above sell side liquidity, by the way. This is important. It just shows that uh, you can have more confidence in it reversing if it doesn't go above sell side liquidity. And then once it did that, it didn't make a fair value gap, which is what I was waiting for. Whoops. I was actually waiting for a fair value gap. That's why I didn't really enter up here. So it came down, came all the way down here. And then on this candle, I would have probably entered actually on this wick because it was actually going back up. And I was like, um, it was originally bearish, and I would have entered on it, but then it started coming back up, and as it closed down here, it made a fair value gap. So I just set my discounting 0.5, 0.1, and I put it on 0.6 because that's where the fair value gap was. It's a small fair value gap, and it did actually inverse it. But because of all of this movement right here, where long wicks, it kind of showed like a bunch of resistance to the upside, and it entered the same fair value gap like multiple times. So I was like, you know what? It's not going back up. I should trust this fair value gap. So it did inverse it, but um came back down and re-inversed it, and then made another fair value gap. And that this was a 3 minute or a 5 minute fair value gap that it made. So I entered off the 0.6, and as it was going down, um there was a 3 minute fair value gap that it inversed. So that, and it dropped, made another inverse on the 5 minute fair value gap, went down, and as it got down here, I was like, oh, it's gonna hit my TP, and then it started doing a bunch of bullshit where it inversed the 5 minute fair value gap again, and I was okay. I was like, okay, it inversed this 5 minute, but and and I was like, okay, it's gonna go back to this fair value gap most likely, because every time price either goes back to the first fair value gap or just keeps running. So I was like, okay, it's gonna come back up here and then drop. But I didn't do that. It just went back up to 3 minute, entered 3 minute, and then just donked. And then made another fair value gap. And yeah, it started edging me right here with this wick. I was like, okay, is it about to go back up and enter this fair value gap? When you see fair value gaps, like, it keeps my confidence high. It's like, okay, I can trust that it's like a wall going back up, especially after a move like this on market open. So it did come back down, and I could have taken a long right here, but I didn't because it was after my ideal trading range, which is from 10 to 11, and price kind of just did that. So I just, because even I would have probably entered off this fair value gap right here, and from that fair value gap, I don't think it would have been 20 points. Yeah, 20 points would have been up here, and it would have done it after 12:30. So I don't even want to take a trade. I was watching NQ too, and NQ was doing the same thing. But it was making less fair value gaps up here. And one thing I noticed, or one thing I learned, is that when NQ, or even if this was ES, like if it's not making fair value gaps here, um, identical to the other pair, then if it's gonna reversal, and has less resistance to jump up. ES completely inversed all the fair value gaps. Like most people would have taken longs here to the upside, and it just inversed everything. I also want shorts because I wanted to catch the thing that was wiping all this liquidity, and then just came back down. Yeah, so that was the trade. Um, I actually gotta go to the washroom really bad, but I just want a quick recap on that. Monday's gonna be a new day. Right now my stats are, where is it? Let's see. Let's pull out docs. Let's pull out docs. Let's pull out docs. Docs. Trade logs. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Alright, right here. I took a short on the 29th. I'm up. I actually have in theory, the 50K account to 56K. So I'm up like that much. End of the day, at least. Wait, I think I messed this up. I don't think this should be 56. I think this should be 53. 3653. This should be 3653. No, wait. It's supposed to be 6535. 3. No, wait, it isn't. It isn't. I'm bad at math. Hold up, I'm bad. 53653. There. That's better. It's not 56K, it's 53. So if I were to request a payout, they would probably give me 1,000 as a payout, and I would keep all 1,000 because it's tax. They can't tax $1,000. I don't make $1,000. I don't even make 15K a year, so they wouldn't tax that. And yeah, and that's my stats. 15 wins, 4 losses, and that's the percentage. This is the percentage of my strategy right now. Like it's only been a month. I think I'll do this until August, and if my percentage is between 60 to 70 or 75 or even higher, better if it's higher, then my strategy is actually golden. I've perfected it and it's working. So, yeah, that's what's going on with that. But anyways, this is a trade today. I'll upload a screenshot of this to TikTok. Check the TikTok, same thing as my username. I don't have a description yet, but I'll add it. And yeah, peace. Have a good day, and I hope you got the same trades as me. Yeah, peace.